Hi, everyone, and welcome to our meeting of the Healthy Minds. I'm so excited that you're here with us tonight because as we decided and we made it a goal that 2017 was going to be the year that we would be the healthiest ever. And the more you surround yourself with people who are like-minded and who have the same goals as you, the easier it becomes to apply these things. Because I don't know about you, but I wasn't born healthy. I was born healthy, but I was born with healthy habits, but I didn't continue on with the healthy habits that I was created for as I grew older. So I have to reverse myself and learn new things. So that's why we are doing these meetings in our groups so that we can become educated and we can apply the new skills that we learn. So not only we can be successful in our health, in our fitness, but also for life, because we don't have an expiration date as to when we are going to be healthy, right? So as you know, my name is Uniris Esteves, and I am the co-founder of Team Conquer. And I've run this business with many amazing women. And one amazing woman in my team is my sister. She is also the reason why I was inspired to commit to making a change that would not only last 30 days, 21 days, but that would extend itself for a lifetime. I know that if I committed and I saw change in my health and in my fitness journey, she was going to believe, and she was also going to give it a go. And I don't know if you have a sister or not, but if you have a friend, everything is better when you can share with others. So once she joined in the journey, it got more fun and it got more interesting. So we have extended our family, and now we have amazing people that we can call our fit family or fit tribe. And I want to share with you that tonight Norris is going to share a little bit of her knowledge as far as nutrition and staying on track on the most difficult times and making it easy to follow. So the floor is all yours, Norris. I will mute myself and mute everybody else as they come on.
Yes, please. Oh my God, what an honor. Hi, ladies. Nora's Ascona here, just like the nurse was mentioned. I'm excited to...
Suena, bájate un ching el volumen del micro.
How is this?
A little bit lower. Ahí.
Wow, tan alto. Yay.
Ahí está bien.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Should I take it off? Is it bothering you?
It does. Go ahead.
How about now?
Speak.
Can you hear me?
Oh, very well. Much better.
Much better. So no earphone.
No earphone.
I'm sorry for killing your ears, guys. That's good. I woke you up. I hope everybody's awake.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have fun with this. Look, when Unera started this journey, I'll just share a little bit about my story and how my poor nutrition and my poor habits really impacted my life. All of my adult life until I got married and had kids. That's when I got the aha moments that I needed to make a change. But poor nutrition was always in my life. I never followed an eating plan. I used to eat a lot of crap. And you know that saying, you are what you eat? Unfortunately, I became not a slob, but I always used to feed myself with food. If I was happy, I would eat. If I was sad, I would eat. So I was always an emotional eater. And it's not that I hate food now, it's just that I see it in a different light. I've fallen in love with this journey because now I'm able to live freely, not looking at food as the enemy, rather than it is my fuel for my body, and I love it enough to take care of it. In the past, when I started this journey, I was over 60 pounds. So this opportunity has allowed me to acquire new healthy habits. And I no longer am the grump that I was before. I have more energy. I no longer need to recruit to diet pills or pooping pills. TMI on this Thursday, but that's who I was and that's what I knew would resolve. So I always went for the yo-yo diet or the fast diet that would help me lose maybe 30 pounds in a month. yes, I would do those juices and those nasty soups. Any diet that was out there, I would do that. And I was a professional at failing at every single one of them because I created that vicious cycle in my life until this lovely opportunity came along, and I saw within my eyes how my sister had transformed. Within 30 days, she lost 18 pounds, and she lived in Connecticut back then, and she comes in walking in the house, and she's like, take my pictures because I need to submit these to the group. I'm like, I'll take the picture, but I need to know what the heck you're doing because I want in. So that's how Beachbody came into my life. And since then, just as you, I said yes to the challenge. So saying yes, I welcomed a new world to my life. Guys, I never considered leaving food, right? Because I would say I paid even a personal trainer for my wedding, thousands of dollars. But I never stopped eating. And I always used to tell him, you can make me work out all you want, but don't take food away from me. Coming into this journey, I had to come in with a different light, a different perspective. And one of the things I needed to kind of let go of was my control over food. So I welcomed the whole eating clean idea. So the whole eating clean, I'm like, what the heck was that? But letting go of the fear, actually, I found my freedom and all of that because I've made nutrition part of my life and I've made it fun. And because of it, I've become lighter, more energized, more fit, and into like finding new recipes and how to make it work for the whole family. I haven't changed much. I come from a Dominican background. I need food in my life. We can't live without food. It's just the way that I look at it now. It doesn't control me. I'm in control of my emotions. So it's not that I don't eat pizza. It's that I schedule that pizza. I don't eat it daily. So I don't make my life a cheat day every single day. It's just a cheat meal. And because of that, I'm a happier person, 60 pounds lighter, and I've been able to maintain it. Now, Shakeology has been a really key component to my journey because, again, I never used to eat vegetables. I was more of a chips, crunchy food, salty foods. Nachos was my favorite. Wine lover by heart. Pizza lover, that's my kryptonite. Oreos, the ice creams, and all the crap. But when I started drinking Shakeology, something happened to me the first month. And I was recalling as I was going to jump on this call where I've decreased a lot my coffee intake. I'm still a coffee lover, but Uneris is my witness. I even gave her this tip at one point because we used to share everything. And I'm like, oh no, girl, this is how I handle my day. Because I used to have more than 12-hour work days. I would go in the morning either to Starbucks or to Dunkin' Donuts, and I would order myself an extra large coffee, the largest cup or venti. And I would add a load of sugar. And that was in the morning with my blueberry muffin or my corn muffin. In an hour or two, I was starving again. Guess where I went? Starbucks, banana nut loaf, another coffee. I lived on coffee, 3, 4 o'clock. More coffee, more sugar. When I started Shakeology, after the 3-day cleanse and after I acquired the taste, I'm not going to front, I needed to try different recipes. Again, I'm real. But trying the banana one, the one with half of a banana peanut butter, that was my saving grace. If not, it was almond milk with blueberries. But as I started drinking it, my energy levels shifted. And I was like upbeat in the morning, and that wasn't me. And I decreased the cups from the morning to a medium. And little by little, I stopped going to Dunkin' Donuts at 3 p.m. And I was like, wow, where is this coming from? And that's when I started realizing, wow, we truly are what we eat. I was fueling my body right because I was following the meal plan. And my health was improving, and I was noticing it. So I was feeling like Superwoman back then, right? And I still do, and I never looked back. But yeah, Shakeology has helped me not only look at food differently, it's given me the energy, stopped using so much coffee, and no more pooping pills because it regulated me. And may I say it has made me have veggies? Because vegetables to me in the past were just decor. And all of this is because of my why. So I know that you're going to always hear this in your journey, and I'm sure that your coach or Uneris or myself, we're always mentioning, what's your why? Determine your why. You want to make sure that you already accepted this challenge, that you said yes to yourself. What do you want to accomplish? You know, health-wise, physical-wise. Make sure that you're jotting these things down. A couple of questions you should ask yourself. How would your health improve by doing this? How would you feel about yourself? What could you do that you can't do now? What would you look like? Why are these things important to you? You need to personalize this to yourself because you are worth it. You've said yes to this. You're showing up to this group. You're here tonight. You've made an investment for your health because you said yes to you. Now, determine your why and keep true to it. Right? So always go back to that and jot it down. I'm a believer in writing things down because keeping it close will always remind you on days that you want to give up. I also keep an album in my phone, and it's my story. Guys, please mute your phones. So I have I keep an album in my phone, and I named it My Story because I go back to my first picture that I took as to the reason why I started all of this. When I had my second child, Elias, I came home from the hospital weighing in 215 pounds because at the end, I just hated the scale and I was just distraught. And that picture always brings me back because I hated that feeling of where I was and how stuck I felt and how miserable I was in my own skin, that I said, I will never go back to that. So moments that I don't want to work out or that I'm feeling kind of tired because it's going to happen, I go back to that album and I say, you know what? I may not be where I want to be, but I've come so much further. So I've improved a lot. So always keep that in mind. Define and determine your why and jot it down and make it unique to you. Setting goals, guys. Like, I know that when you're having a lot of weight to lose, I felt like that at some point, and I'm thankful for The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy because it allowed me to change my mindset. You'll find that in this journey, yes, the food is important, you're acquiring new skills, and you're meeting new people, you're working out, and you have the energy, but it's a mind game more than anything else. And once you realize that those little by little steps that you're taking every single day are going to take you forward, are going to bring you closer to your goal. But you always want to make sure that you have SMART goals, that you have specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. What the heck do you mean, Mars? So we all have planners. We all have smartphones. Thank goodness for technology. Or if you're old school like me, we have the planners that you can jot things down. Make sure that every Sunday when you start, you have a specific goal for yourself for that week. And I'm breaking it down simple as by week by week. So have a goal for that week. You're going to improve on your water intake. You want to lose 1 pound to 2 pounds, something reasonable. You want to walk more. You're going to be more cautious about how many, containers. Are you keeping track of your containers? Things that you know are okay, that are not like huge, that you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm never going to do this. Take small steps, but measure yourself, measure your progress, and recognize all the hard work that you're doing. And then for that month, set yourself up for a goal. All right, so Norris, and I'll share the ones that I had. For the 30 days, I wanted to lose 8 to 10 pounds. I wanted to lose a dress size. I wanted to feel more energized. I wanted to try new vegetables. Vegetables for me were huge. I didn't know what Brussels sprouts were. So every time I would go to the produce section, I would literally stand like with 10 heads. I'm like, okay, what the heck am I going to eat from this besides lettuce? Because we can't just live on lettuce. And I could get red and emotional because I'm just standing there like I had no idea. But I would try one new vegetable every week. Some weeks were horrible. I did not like the vegetable, but then I have now a nice little bunch of veggies because I made that a goal. So what's your goal? Start thinking of things that you want to do and start learning as you go about it. Okay? So once you have your goals, again, you want to make sure that you're keeping track of what you're doing. If you're writing, I'm not seeing that. But make sure that you are keeping your goals for 30 days, 60 days, and that you're keeping yourself accountable. Share it with a group. I know that once I met my 30-day mark, I gave myself a reward that wasn't linked with food. Because again, if you're an emotional eater, stop linking everything to food. Any celebration doesn't have to be, next to like a big plate of food, because that's not what you want. You want to treat yourself. You want to go for a mani or pedi, a spa, a movie date. You want to go to a concert. You want to buy yourself a new outfit or a new pair of sneakers. So make it something that you're interested in and that you're going to feel good and accomplished once you achieve that goal, and celebrate big. And by sharing it with the group, we can actually go and celebrate together. Make sure that you're drinking your water. One of the biggest things and lessons for me is I eliminated soda, and I eliminated like all the coffee intake I used to take. So I opted for water. How do I drink my water? I'm now at home, but when I used to work, I used to keep a gallon, in my desk. And on a daily basis, I kept track that way. It's easy for me to see. Before I would eat, I would drink water. Why? Sometimes you think that you're hungry, but you're really just dehydrated. And it helps with your digestion. It keeps you from retaining water. It tells your body, it flushes your body out of all the toxins. So make sure that if you don't know the amount of water you should be drinking, divide your weight into 2, and then divide your body weight in ounces. So divide it by 8. So if 140, divide that by 2, and then by 8 ounces. And that's the amount of water you should be drinking. If you have those Apple Watches, the Apple phone, keep track, set an alarm, and make sure that you're keeping hydrated. All of that is key. It also helps your skin. It glows. Now, I want to make sure that all of you are with me now, because this is so popular in our world and we love it so much that I'm really going to come back to this, because it's something that we've lost focus, and I'm one to admit it. I kind of let go of the scale, but it's something that we really, looking at my first 90-day round, I weighed myself every single day. So daily weigh-ins. Why? Yes, I said it. Every single day. Contrary to popular theory, the frequent trips to the scale could be confusing and discouraging, but that's not true. The scale is not your enemy. You're not defined by the number. Recent studies generally agree that daily weigh-in is associated with greater weight loss and less weight regain than less frequent self-weighing. Yes. So awareness of your weight trends, whether your weight is going up or down, it's important. By being more aware of your weight, you can quickly react to lapses in your progress and make necessary adjustments to maintain your goal. So when you look at this, because I know that some of us become frustrated when we don't see the scale move, we want to look at it as a measure, and you want to make sure that you're keeping track on a journal. Journaling for me has been key because I've been able to release my emotions on a daily basis and not seeking to feed my emotion. I rather release the emotion by writing. So depending on my day, at the end of the day, I'll jot down my eating. How did I feel about the day? And I know the next day when I weigh in, damn, if I had 2 cookies left from Elias's snack, that's why the scale moved. Because sometimes we lose focus of what the heck we ate during the day. But if we're always jotting down things, the next day we really don't have to blame the scale. We have to blame whatever we jotted down for our daily diary. You get me? So let's incorporate the daily weigh-ins so you can measure your progress and know what things you need to realign and stay focused on the bottom line. I suggest for us to do this for the next 90 days. It helped me lose all the weight and stay in control. And then we'll take it from there. But I know that that's going to help if you look at it that way. And what I think is it's going to help us looking at the activity in our groups. Most of us, when we are focused on stepping on the scale, we're tracking our measurements by like using a measuring tape to figure out how our inches are doing and how our pounds are coming off. That helps us detect whether or not we're on the right track. But I find that, when I started doing the Cours de Force program, and I think this was a misinterpretation from many people, because some of my clients are not weighing in because they said that I don't weigh in. And I think I want to clarify that so that everybody is on the same page. So when I was in the test group for Cours de Force, for the first 30 days, I did not see a big loss in weight.
So that made me feel like in my head, because I was being so strict with my nutrition and I was doing everything by the T, that it was starting to stress me out, because now I was being part of a test group and I needed to, in my head, prove that this was working and that I was doing it right. So anxiety starts to kick in. So knowing myself, I decided on day 30 not to weigh in, right? But I was following the nutrition plan. I was following the workout program. I was committed to focusing in my accountability group and staying in track, right? What happens on the opposite end, people use that as an excuse to say, you know what? I'm not going to weigh in because Unides didn't weigh in. And then what happens is you say, it's not working for me. But the problem may be, as Nora's mentioned, you're not tracking your water intake. You're not tracking how many Shakeologies you've missed. You're not tracking how many cookies pieces you're putting in your mouth. And all of that, believe it or not, is going to add up. And that's why the scale won't move 3 months after you've already put in all of the work. So why wait for 3 months to weigh in? I still have people who have not stepped on the scale because their excuse is they don't own a scale in their home. And if you don't track it, you can't change it. See, I'm noticing now with the Apple Watch, I track my water intake, I track my calories burned, I track the calories that I'm intaking. You have to track so that you know, are you on your way to see success or are you being stuck? And that's all I'm going to say about that.
So you always want to track your progress. Now, a couple of things. So I'm assuming that we have a scale. Like, if you don't have a scale, make that your number one goal this weekend, to go out there and get yourself, I'm going to take it there, take it to a full-size mirror. If you don't have a mirror in your home, a full-size mirror, just not the one that's for your profile, a full-size mirror, please go out and get one. They sell them in Target. I see them everywhere. And they're not expensive. I'm not telling you to look for a fancy one. I just need all of us to have a full-size mirror. Ladies, I can't explain to you the transformation that has occurred inward in me. So what do I mean by that? The scale is important and we need to measure ourselves daily. But how you view your body, how you view yourself, will be key in all of this. We need to start loving ourselves just as we are, understanding that we are in transition and making progress for our health, for our longevity, because we want to live a long and healthy, fulfilling life, not because we hate it. So by looking ourselves fully, we're admiring our work. We're beautiful, right? So accept yourself like that. Start noticing the changes in your body. Sometimes maybe the scale is not moving, but then you're going to start noticing that your shoulder, like I have a collarbone. I never had that before. I know that the chichos in the back are becoming less. If you don't have a full-size mirror, you really can admire the work and how you're transforming yourself little by little. So incorporate all those things into your life. If you want to let go of the emotional eating part, for me, I always go for makeup. And I always go with lotions. I try to decorate around the house, become busy with other things, have another hobby rather than eating. So make sure that in your food journal also, you show what you eat and look at your day and say, where am I lacking and what do I need to do better tomorrow? Just take it little by little. Don't try to lose 60 pounds in a day. It's not going to happen. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel beat up and you're going to be like, I'm just not going to do this because it's hard. Don't go that route. If you take it little by little, small goals achieved continuously is going to lead you to that big push goal that you have, okay? So make sure that you track yourself with the journal. There's also the 21-Day Fix Tracker app that you can also log in. There's other apps, MyFitnessPal too, if you want to go old school. You can also follow up with that.
Go on demand, and whichever program you're following, you can out their trackers from the meal plan section.
Guys, these things are out there for us to use, and it's because they work. And I'm sharing with you the tricks that have allowed me. I know that they sound kind of like, ugh, but trust me, when you're starting something new that's new to you and you're looking for that transformation, you need to go all in, like if you're in school. So make sure that you're taking yourself to that level. And meal prepping, guys, is one of the things that will take you to that goal that you're looking for. And it's going to require for you to meal prep every week. It makes your life so much simpler being organized and knowing already ahead of time that you have your food ready. You don't need to start thinking of what you're going to eat out. What do you have to cook later on the week? It's just a grab and go situation, right? So make sure that you go grocery shopping. Make your list. Do not go blindly to the grocery store. Make sure that you're looking at your pantry, that you're looking at your fridge, you're taking out all the garbage and crap that you don't need, and start bringing in the foods that are going to make you and get to your goal weight, right? So go to the grocery with a list. Do not buy any junk. Stay away from sugary stuff. Look at labels like you care. If sometimes we're just grabbing things as we go, and it's really just a waste of energy, a waste of money, and a waste for your belly. Because in actuality, if it's coming in a bag and you can't read the labels really well, they're loaded with a lot of artificial flavorings, loaded with sugars, preservatives, things that you don't want. So I know that for me, and I didn't know what clean eating meant. For me, it was just, when I thought of clean eating, I'm like, my life is over. I'm never going to eat again. And guys, I'm here to tell you that 3 years later, I've actually found freedom in clean eating because I've adapted my Dominican flavor and sazon into that kitchen, and I enjoy it. And the best of all, and I'm thankful for it, is that my family has joined me along the way. So clean eating is not boring. Clean eating is boring if you're always preparing the same foods and if you're preparing them bland. If you bring in a little bit, a touch of sazon, a little bit of love, trust and believe you're going to enjoy the meals that you're having, and they're going to be so much more rewarding, knowing that you're fueling your body with the right goods. So make sure that the greener the veggie, the better. For me, again, I've learned about vegetables more than I actually am very surprised. Kale is a superfood that you don't want to live without. For those of you that are picky like myself, I bring in those baby kale, baby spinach, and I freeze them into Ziploc bags, and I have them next to my frozen bananas, and I have one green container, half of a banana, my PB2, which is powdered peanut butter, less calories, and my Shakeology with 8 ounces of water, and that is my daily meal. I'm already fueling myself with over 70 nutrients, superfoods that I have no idea their names, but they're helping me, and they're already loaded in the freezer. I just got to pack and go. So having your food ready and keeping them in containers is key. I know that I get asked a lot, like, how is it that you do your meats? I try to cook for every 3 days. That's the rule of thumb. So if you're planning to eat fish, make sure that you're having your fish first, because fish goes bad, before the chicken. Chicken cutlet, you can't go wrong with it, and ground turkey. Now, chicken cutlet, I can't tell you enough, because you can make tacos, you can make quesadillas, you can make with your brown rice, you can stir fry, like if it's Chinese rice, etc. So make sure that you're buying knowing what's going to last longer if you have a really tight schedule. You want to prepare yourself for success. Guys, food is 70% of this whole thing. You can sweat it all out, but if you don't eat right, it's not going to go. So make sure that you cut all your veggies. Now for me, the ones that last longer too are the spring mix, the lettuce that come like in the large container, and I literally pick up, drop, pick up and drop, and just add the greens to my plate. If you want to go extra fancy, if you want to do your veggies, I do some string beans, carrots, and I keep them in a glass Tupperware so they don't go bad. Plastic, I find that they get kind of soggy, so make sure that you're using Tupperware that's glass. It keeps your food longer in the fridge. What else? And you serve as you go. And now with the 21-day fix containers, those are the best things, because you can just you know.
One thing that I learned was not to use knives, not to use iron to cut lettuce up. So you know how sometimes we'll buy the lettuce, the iceberg lettuce that is long? Instead of cutting it up with a knife, iron, that would make it wilt faster. So instead what I do is I tear it with my hands. I don't use a knife because it preserves it longer. And then what you do is you put it in your salad spinner, dry it out, and put a Bounty or a paper towel on the bottom of it so that it retains and it takes all the moisture, and then save it in, as Nora said, in a glass container. That is one way that you can also do. Help yourself with that. And then do things like ahead of time. When you come home from the supermarket, wash your carrots ahead of time, peel them, put them in a Ziploc bag and have them ready. If you are going to chop them up, put them in a Ziploc bag already, you know, if you want to keep them raw so that they last longer, put them in a Ziploc bag, and all you have to do is put it in a steamer and have it, you know. Also, the supermarket also has available steamable bags for your broccoli, for your green beans. You can do that. And you can put them in the microwave in less than a minute. You can always do sweet potato in a microwave. And if you're in a rush and you don't have the time to do it, because if you're going to make an unhealthy choice and screw up your week, you're better off spending some extra time in the kitchen.
And right now, if you're feeling discouraged and saying, oh my God, this is just not working for me, I want you to give yourself 30 days, but following this program, just as we've been following here tonight. Food prep. Keep track of your progress. Write down every day what you're eating. Weigh in every single day. Show up to the group. Drink your Shakeology daily. Hydrate. Drink your green tea once a day to accelerate your metabolism. Work out. Press play 5 to 6 times a week. In 30 days, you and I can have a conversation. And I know for a fact, like I can count on, because if I did, I know you can. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be more sassy. Your clothes is going to fit you better. You have lost weight. You're going to feel accomplished because you've managed to take control of your eating habits and taking action towards your goals, right? But it's going to require time from you. But really, take it day by day, and I'm sure you're going to see the results that you're looking for. But it's all about staying committed to your first initial yes. I know that in the beginning when we sign up and we start with a 3-day cleanse and we see results, and then you're like, now the work begins. It's not that bad. You still have to cook. You still have to eat. It's just a matter of planning ahead of time and welcoming the idea that you are in control. No one else is. And that you're committed to you just the way that you're committed to your 9 to 5, just as you're committed to your family, just as you're committed to everyone else. Now you are committed to you and to us, your support and accountability. I would not be where I am today, and I can say this with conviction in my heart, to all of you. I will not be here if it wouldn't be for all of you. The Norris would have gone right back to her pizza, back to her Oreos, if I didn't need to come up and show up to you guys on a daily basis. The reason why I've been able to keep it off, yes, Shakeology is amazing, the working out is amazing, but the glue of all of this, of my success, has been the group. And that is you ladies. Why? Because I have to show up and I lean on to you guys for accountability and support, the motivation that some days I may not have it, but when I go into the group and I see Nerimel at 6 o'clock in the morning with her husband sweating already, I'm like, oh, I gotta go in. Or if I see Jennifer with her smiley face before she's drinking her Energize, hey, I'm going in. So little by little, every ounce of motivation and every post that you do, don't look at it like, oh, it's just a waste of time. It really isn't. It can give a smile. It can give an ounce of a light to someone that might need it that day to go press play and sweat it off. So please stay committed to the group, stay committed to yourself, and know that your life matters, that we all matter in the group, but our interaction is important. Follow the program, commit to it. And I'm going to share with you some of the commitments in the group, just in case you've forgotten, since it's the new year. We all have commitments in all of our lives, and we all lead busy lives. And now we've added this into the mix. But if you really say yes and I do, like marriage, stay true to it in good times and in bad times, rest assured that you will become stronger every single day. And at the end of the day, you're going to reach your goals along with everyone else. So the number one is I will follow the program, and I hope to see a yes. What? What happened?
I'm sorry. I got to stop here for a second.
What happened?
When you say follow the program, do you mean like follow the program as the program that I have in hand means for me to follow, or the way the magazine or the commercial says I should follow?
No. So here's the thing, right? Are you taking me there? So I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a physical like a physical guy. Like,
you're not a fitness expert.
No, Beachbody has taken care of that for us, right? So the professionals have literally worked on that package to give us the results. We are results driven. So that box lies all the truth. You know how we look at the Bible for the truth? Beachbody gives us the blueprint for success, for the nutrition, the workout program, the calendar. You don't have to think what you got to work out tomorrow. It's already there. So as long as you're following that program that you've said yes to, make sure that you have it in front of you, that you've committed to that program. So you're following in totality, and that involves the container system if you're following it for that program.
And the reason I say that is because it took my husband, I don't know how long, to finally understand that the portion control system works.
Yeah.
And that
it just takes somebody to use it to know, like, oh, damn, this really does work.
And he gave Shakeology a month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually helping him use the bathroom 2 times a day now.
Oh,
Go figure.
Go figure.
I'm just, I don't want you to go through what he's gone through.
No. So another commitment is drink Shakeology once a day. I understand. I went through it too. But I'm going to go out with the husband. What's the point of using Shakeology if I'm going to already eat a cheat meal and have an alcoholic beverage? Listen up. Shakeology is the best thing you can drink before going out to cheat. Shakeology is needed. I understand that you feel like, oh, it's a waste of Shakeology. It's actually not. You're working for yourself when you're drinking your Shakeology. Don't do it as a harm to yourself and not drink it. You know what I mean? Drink your Shakeology. No excuses. Every single day is meant to give you the results that you're looking for. And it's through time. You cannot expect Shakeology to work in a month, in a day, in a week, because it's just, it can impossible. The same goes with the weight. I couldn't expect 3 years ago to lose 60 pounds in a month. That was something that I needed to shift in my mind, because I was used to that. I always recruited the fastest way out. But the time came where I was in my worst time ever, and I'm like, well, this is it. So I gave in my all, and I welcomed the idea of a pound to sometimes half a pound to sometimes gaining 2 pounds, because that will happen, because muscle weighs more than fat. But that's another topic. All right. So I will positively engage in the group. We all hold, and I can repeat this continuously, we all hold a spot in this group, and all of us need to be involved, to help one another, to encourage one another, praise each other. Come on, man. Like, reach out. If you're feeling down, just go in the group and say, I need help. Let's hold you accountable. I know that I've done it sometimes, like posting a picture, hold me accountable. I need a sweaty pic by the end of the night. Do that. Abuse of the group.
I don't know if you understand the purpose of the group, but let me give you a little snapshot of what these groups are able to do. They're called support groups. So I was one that I didn't have a cousin. I didn't speak to my sister about my journey until I was seeing results, because I was a broken record for my friends and for my family and for my coworkers and for my neighbors, and for anyone who knew me knew that I was a yo-yo expert dieter. So it was embarrassing for me to say to someone else that I needed them to hold me accountable, because I had failed so many times that I didn't want to fail once more. So when I found this community of support, it was filled with strangers, and I can be myself. I can come in with a clean slate and have like nobody to judge me, nobody to think that I was going to fail one more time, because they did not know who I was from a hole in the ground. All they were people who had the same exact goals as I did. And they were only looking for someone to hold them accountable because they wanted to see change, because they also had failed so many times. They weren't better than me. They weren't more educated than me. They weren't less educated than me. They just needed that support. And to your understanding, there are people that are members of this group that live a lonely life. And you don't know who you're going to inspire by staying motivated. Many of us start the journey at the same time. And when you start together, you look out for that person's post thinking, we're doing this together. And believe me, I get questions when you drop off, when people say, where did she go? I remember she was doing so well. They worry about you. So we become a family. We become real. And it hurts when you're in all the way and then all of a sudden you go. And then, what happens? We are a community of support. So rely on your support for inspiration, for motivation, and for tips. But don't just expect the coach who's leading the group to be the one to show up, because it's more interactive when new people come in, because we learn what you need, and that way we all can add more value. So that's more or less a snapshot of what a support system really is. It could be just a place for you to post your sweaty pictures, or it could be a place where we could even have games and talk about girl stuff. We don't have to be that serious. We're moms, we're women, we go through things. Let's just be us. All right?
Log in your workouts in your tracker app. Now we're doing the whole tracker app and Beachbody. I will not overtrain. Don't overtrain. Make it that commitment. Because sometimes, and I get it, like when you want to see results, you're like, all right, let me start. Let me not follow the program, and let me overdo it with the trainings and work out like 4 times this day because I really screwed up last night and I just need to make this happen. Don't do it to yourself, because the next day you're going to be too sore to even work out again. And then you're going to derail yourself and take 3 days off because you screwed up. Don't do it. Just continue the journey. You're going to have some hiccups. You're going to have some roadblocks, but you got this. So focus your exercise with the program. Don't overtrain. Listen to your body. Modify where needed. Modify the modifier. Set yourself with benchmarks. I didn't know how to look. Push-ups and me have a love and hate relationship. I love them because I know that they're good for my arms, but they're not the best when I go on my toes. So guess what? I modify. I start with 5 on my toes and then I go onto my knees. But I didn't start that way. It was always on my knees. And I counted. If it was 1, perfect. The next day, bring it up to 2. So go that way. Be your own competition. Don't compete with the freaking, trainer itself, with Joel and Jericho, because these people are like maniacs.
And don't feel like a failure when you can't keep up with them. Some days you're going to have the energy, other days you're not.
Energize to the rescue. Anyway, share your activity. Share your physical results. Now, I am one that I'm always an advocate for taking pictures. And again, I shared that with you in the beginning. Keep track of your progress with pictures. Have a mirror. Have a pair of jeans that you started your journey and keep it all along so you can measure your progress also that way with your jeans. Because you'll know how your body starts changing in inches wise and all of that fun jazz. Share your results, emotional. What changes have you been seeing? Positive. Focus on positive. Stop focusing on the negative and focus on everything else that's happening for you. Together we're stronger. We're going to finish this and paying it forward, guys. Look, I know that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wouldn't have been for Uneris. And sometimes I feel that I don't give her enough credit, or I don't say enough thank you, because literally her yes has changed my life to another. Like, it's changed completely inside out. And I can never repay her for sharing that. You just need to join this group and create a Facebook. That whole act of her telling me you just need this, I can never repay it back. And it's something that has given me my life back. It's given me my confidence that, yes, I've always been sassy, but now I know it. Like, I am a badass because I've sweated it off. I've no longer recruited to fast results. I've put in the work. I've put in the sweat. I remember on Sundays and Elias crying, and he was a pain because he never slept, and Adeline and my husband working overnight, and it was only me with a lot of weight on me, with a lot of stress, with a lot of anxiety and loneliness, because I'm alone here Monday to Friday. But I made it happen because I knew I was in the right place at the right time with the right group of people. And going into these groups, for you it might be nothing, but like Uneris said, it might brighten up someone else's life. And that accountability, the support, and the team behind it has allowed me to stay in it for the long haul, because I know I found my freedom in all of this. And how dare I not share it with someone else, even if it's just telling them a word of encouragement, or go the extra mile. Trust and believe you're going to feel more confident. You're going to be better. Your health results are going to be coming back so good when you go to the doctor, because you no longer fall under this bracket that they want to place you in. You're making a difference in your home, in your world, because it all starts with one decision, and that's you. And for the most part, we're all women, and we are the head of household. I don't care what people say. What we do, our kids follow suit. What we do, our husbands follow suit. Maybe for some will take 3 years. Maybe some of you will be blessed and they'll join you right at it. But guess what? Your actions will always speak louder than your words. So show up to your commitments, show up to your life, because you are worth it. And today I tell you this because I am a true testament that these programs that shake, yes, I bleed blue because I believe in the programs, because it's changed my life from the comfort of that kitchen. I've shed a lot, yes, tears and sweat and all of it. And I don't regret not one ounce, because I've become a better person for it. So believe in yourself, and regardless of where you are right now, know that you have the opportunity to change it. But if you say yes to you for real and keep true to your word, that's all I can say. Thank you. Ahora no habla.
Uh-huh. You made me emotional, so stop. Thank you. Thank you for your words, and thank you for sharing your knowledge. Really appreciate it.
Having me.
If anyone has any questions, I want to open the floor up, or any comments that you want to share, some tips that you want to also provide to the rest, any suggestions that you have on things that we can do in our groups to make things better for everyone. We're open. Let us know. This is the meeting of the healthy minds. So we're together in this.
Not all at once.
No.
No questions for me, really? I was going to go all real and be real with all of you. You're just fine.
For those of you, before we go out, I just want to remind you that we do have the Beachbody On Demand All Access Pass, and all you need to do is upgrade if you already have an On Demand. Many of you do not know that if you pass the first 30 days for free, you will get charged a quarterly fee. So if you don't want to pay the quarterly fee, make sure that you reach out to myself or to your coach and let us send you or find that form so that you can upgrade yourself and just pay an annual fee so that you don't have to be paying a quarterly one. It's cheaper that way. Also, keep in mind that sometimes eating gets boring, and we don't know which recipes to do. There's albums in each of our groups that will help you with recipes that we have put up ourselves. And then there's also the Fixate show, which is available to you if you are an Beachbody on demand. So make sure that you're putting to good use the tools that are available to you. And I love the fact that some of you are already putting to practice some of the recipes you see in the books. All right. So congratulations on your journey this far. We are in week 2 of the health bet. So continue posting. I'm already completed qualifying for my workouts because I have the 3 consecutive for this week. I need 1 more for Shakeology, which is tomorrow. And I have 2 more weeks to earn money just for working out and drinking a shake. Like,
our loss if we don't do it, right?
So make sure you plug in, and I will see you in the field, guys. Have a very, very good night.
Good night.